The nerfs have happened. I did predict this a couple of days ago because the owner himself said this when the update dropped, that nerfs are very likely to happen to the museum. And let's be honest, it really did need to happen because this museum is way too OP. Now, if we just quickly take a look at this image right here, the owner of the game, Hi, posted in the Discord yesterday night. He said, small patch in new servers, slightly reduced size boost from museum ores, changed stats for some museum ores, museum now preserves locked status, museum displays weight on ore. That is one thing I'm going to be looking forward to, looking at the weight of my ores. And then fixed void ore not being given by galactic pan and shovel. That is a major fix, because ever since the galactic pan and shovel got added into the game, I noticed that I weren't getting void torn specifically from the shovel. Because if you look at the shovel in the game, let's just quickly open the kit and go to shovels. You will see that under Galactic Shovel, it says, a shovel formed from the stars has a chance to grant Void Torn to found items. And this wasn't actually working. So it was actually more beneficial to use the Icebreaker over the Galactic Shovel for Void Torn modifications. But now that has been fixed, so hallelujah. But the nerfs happened. And it did need to happen. Let's be honest, it really did need to happen. The nerfs are actually not as bad as you may think. So I tested the nerfs as soon as they got released, and I went from 995 size boost to like 817. So the nerfs are not actually that crazy. Like, size boost builds are still very viable in the museum. And you actually need size boost to make your museum better. Like, look at all my items. Look at the sizes of these. So we've got 73, 29, 37, 57, 13, 36, 30, 36, 74. Look at that, 74 moonstone. 38 peridot. 33, 26. And then this is where it gets impressive. We got a 25 diamond, a 19 cat's eye, and a 38 luminum. And then over here, we have a 13 prismara, only a 4 voidstone because I am working on the voidstone, and then a 19 flare bloom. And my museum is currently set up for luck because I actually got my 5-day boost today. And if you don't know what the 5-day boost is, every time you log into the game, you get like a little pop-up in the game every day, and that basically gives you a boost. And that's how you get this thing down below called experience. And also, one of the times it gives you a 30-minute boost. And that is how I got this look. Boom. Look at these statistics. So I was digging in the Azulite Oasis earlier today, hunting Prismara, and I have a 25,000 look with nearly a 6,000 capacity. And if you just look at the museum stats that I have hovered over in this picture, you will see that I have like a 3.5 look. And this was before the nerfs. Because if you still want to use the museum before the nerfs, you can still log into old servers. So I was in an old server, and this is how I got 25,000 look. I used a code. I used the collection code. If you've not used it already, I highly recommend using it. It is OP. You get 2 times look for an hour. And then I used my 30-minute boost that I got from my logging streak. So I was looked out because I also had a 3.5 times look from the museum. So to have 25,000 look in the game, that is the most look I have ever had. But I actually made a mistake when setting up my museum. So I set up my museum, I kind of rushed it because I spent like 2 hours just hunting the items and trying to see what's best. And I kind of made a few mistakes. So with this image I'm about to show you, 4 different builds you can do for your museum. And all of them have different priorities. And this is going to be the updated graph. So if you want to download this graph or look at it by yourself, then click the link in the description where it says grid. So this is it. Boom. So we got hybrid 2-tap, hybrid 1-tap, full look and cap. That's the build I'm trying to do. But if you see under full look and cap, it says times 4 look, but I only have like a 3.5 times look. So I'm definitely going to be swapping out some minerals for what's on this grid. And then we've got a size boost grid as well, which gives you a size boost of times 3.6. So this new grid that I'm showing you is, I got it from the questions tab in the Discord. The questions tab in the Discord is very useful, by the way. I would definitely check it out if I was you, because it has a bunch of pins that are very useful. But this grid, I suggest you follow a build in this grid. So I am building full look and cap, so I'm going to be swapping out some ores so I can make the full build of full look and cap. And if you want to go full size boost, I would suggest doing this as well. But there is also 2 hybrid ones you can do. And what he means by 2-tap and 1-tap, it's basically when you dig, you would fill the pan in 1 hit or 2 hits. So I would highly suggest prioritizing one of these builds for your museum. Or you can do what I done, where I focused on size boost and then transitioned into full looking cap when it's needed. Like, I'm kind of using a hybrid right now, but I do want to go full looking cap, so I am going to be swapping out some ores in this museum, because right now I am using some ores that ain't highly focused on looking cap, so I'll definitely be swapping some of these out. But just look at the sizes of these, it's honestly amazing. I have been working so hard on my museum, I really have, and it's paying off. It really is. I just need to get a bigger void stone. That's where I'm lacking my void stone. And to get 25,000 look, like, I think I had a base look of, we can actually check now. I have a base look of 6,100 in the new servers. So this is after the nerf. And I have a base look of 6,000. And I've not even built the full looking cap museum yet. Like, I'm probably missing like maybe 3 to 4 minerals. So I need to swap some of them out. Because right now, if we look at the bottom left, I have a times look of 3.3. Before the nerf, I had a times look of 3.5. And I can still get that in old servers if I choose to. You just got to server hop for a little bit until you find an old server. And the way to find an old server is to look in your stats and seeing if your stats are still the old stats. That's how I check. So even after the nerf, I have a 6,000 base look with a capacity of 4,400, which is just absolutely insanity. Let's all agree on that. So this museum is still very viable even after the nerf. Like, the nerf was very minimal. I think people are kind of upset about the nerf, but the nerf needed to happen. It really did. And honestly, it's not really affected too much. Like, I don't see much has changed, to be honest. Like, yes, the stats have gone down a little bit, but they're still overpowered. So I would highly suggest picking one of these builds and going with it, or I would suggest trying to build 2 builds. I would go with a size boost build and a full looking cap build. You can try the hybrids, but I wouldn't really suggest the hybrids, to be honest. I could be totally wrong. The hybrids could be absolutely amazing. But in my personal opinion, I would go size boost first, get all the items you need for the full looking cap, and then go full looking cap. Because my museum was kind of built for speed and cap instead of full looking cap. Well, look, cap and speed. So I've kind of prioritized speed. So I'm going to try the full looking cap and see how that is, and I'll let you know if it is a viable build or not, because it might be just very slow. And that is what I'm worried about. I don't want a really slow build where you have to dig like 8 times and shake for 20 minutes. Obviously that's an over-exaggeration, but you get what I mean. But these nerfs needed to happen because before these nerfs happened, people had a size boost of like 1,500, which should not be in the game. But we are going to swap over to a size boost build right now and check out what our size boost is in new servers. Like, this is a new server once again. This is not an old server. So I'm going to take out the aluminum, cat's eye, and diamond. And I've also noticed that the items stay favorited now. So hallelujah to that. Flare bloom, Voidstone, and Prismara, And then we're going to swap over to our size boost. I also got a cryonic artifact when I was digging with 25,000 luck. Like, the cryonic artifacts are actually very hard to get. So what I need to switch over to size boost, well, a hybrid size boost build. I need Pionite. So we'll have a look at that. What is our most weighted Pionite? A 20 kg irradiated. And then we need Volcanic Core. What's our best weighted one? 17 kg Volcanic Core. That is insane. And then we need a Dragon Bone. Look at the size of this Dragon Bone. 73 kg. It has a value of 1 bill for a legendary. And then we need Volcanic Key. So I'll type in the word key because it's easier. 17 kg key. And then we need a Cinnabar, which is 29 kg. So let me just put all of those in. My Pionite goes on this side. Boom. Oh, I've face planted. We're good, we're good. And then Volcanic Core goes in there. Look at the size of this. Boom. And then Dragon Bone we put over here. Oh, am I stuck? If you ever get stuck in one of these, just take the item back out and then just try and be more like run away as you're trying to put it in the case. That's the way I do it. Boom. And then, oh my god, look at that key. What size is that key? 17. And then, boom, look at this Dragon Bone. Whoa. And then, last but not least, we need an exotic. If you want an exotic for size boost, you use the dinosaur skull. And look at this dinosaur skull. I got this morning. Boom. This is 88 kg irradiated. And look at the size of this. I got this with a 1,300 size boost. But if we take a look at our stats now, so our luck is terrible. We do have a meteor shower on right now, so the luck might be a little bit higher. And then we have a capacity of 2,500. Oh, we also need to switch over to the size boost build actually. So load out 2, boom. Size boost build has been activated. And then we take a look at our stats again. You will see that I have a cell boost of 500 and a size boost of 1,060. And this is after the nerfs. If we quickly hop into an old server, I'll do that now. Old server has been found. They are still very easy to find, old servers. So just hop a little bit and you'll find one. And if we take a look at the stats again, I have a size boost of 1,295. So you lose 200% size boost because of this nerf. But honestly, it's still very good. It's still good. And I've lost quite a bit of capacity for swapping out the ores. Whoa, I actually lost quite a bit of luck and capacity as well. But that's perfectly fine. So if you want to find a server before the nerfs, just hop around a little bit and it wouldn't be too hard. Because you do gain an extra 200% size boost. So it is worth looking for if you're using a max size boost build in your museum. But like I said, the nerfs really weren't that bad. I think people are kind of over-exaggerating by complaining. Like, these nerfs needed to happen. And in my personal opinion, I think it needs to be nerfed more. I think the max size boost you should be able to get is like 800. I don't think you should be over 1,000. But that is my personal opinion. Like, I just don't want to see people getting too overpowered in this game where they lose interest. Because that's when the game dies. And that is one thing I am worried about with this update. Because I saw this happen to Dig. Like, Dig underwent some nerfs in the game and a lot of players quit the game after that because they felt like they weren't progressing as fast anymore. So that does entice people to quit the game after nerfs. And that's why I think the nerfs were so minimal. Like, I still think we need to lose like 200-300%, maybe even 500%. But I do think that will make players not want to play the game anymore, which is a sad reality, really. Like, it's the whole reason I upload daily on this game, because it's just amazing. Like, it's so in-depth, it's really fun, and when you get an item you've been searching for, like the 88 kg dinosaur skull, you lose your mind with happiness. It's just, it's great. It's great. This game is great. I love it. Another thing I actually wanted to mention, it's actually my birthday today, believe it or not. Like, I'm recording a video on my birthday. I'm about to go bowling later today, so I'm really looking forward to that. Because bowling is like my most favourite thing to do. Like, it honestly is. I absolutely love bowling. I'm also actually interested to see how many people watch to the end of my videos. Like, if you're still watching the video, comment bowling right now. I want to see how many comments of bowling we can get. That'd be amazing. But that is actually going to be the end of this video. So I'm just going to quickly bring up the chart again. So make sure you build one of these builds. Either go full looking cap, size boost, hybrid 1 tap or hybrid 2 tap. This grid is a lot more in depth than the last one I've been showing in my video. So I would highly suggest following one of these builds. And then if you've only got 6 ring slots, they have put a little tag under every grid to what rings you should be using. So in tomorrow's video, I want to try and show the full look and cap museum build. So that is what I'm going to be working on a little bit today. I am going to be very busy, like I said, with bowling, so I won't have time to play the game as much. But that is something I am going to be working on, so that video, the full looking cap video, will either drop tomorrow or the day after. But in tomorrow's video, I might just craft and forge some vortex rings, because if we look at my current build right now, I am missing some vortex rings. Because I want to have 6 star, 6 star, 6 star, 6 star, and I'm pretty sure I have enough materials to do this. Like, I've got 2 vortex rings just sitting here withering away, and also a 3rd one. Like, I have the vortex rings to finish this build. Because if we look in my inventory, I have quite a few Vord stones, I'm pretty sure. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I have enough to finish the build. So we're going to be doing that probably in tomorrow's video. And then the video after that will be the full looking cap build for the museum. So that is now going to be the end of the video. If you did enjoy this video and I helped you out, please leave a like and subscribe. And I'll see you tomorrow for your daily prospecting content. Goodbye.